to show you around the herb garden. We're here at the Suffield Farm, which is 1434 Hill Street, at our herb garden, where all of our members are welcome to come during any of our regular pickup hours and snip a little bit of what they could use. So growing low here right now is some dill. I have some dill on the further end that's about ready to harvest, but in the next couple weeks this will be coming along, and I've seeded some parsley underneath the mulch over here as well, and that's coming along. On the far back there we have some stevia, which is just like it's the plant that the stevia you can buy in the store comes from, and you can just pluck the leaves off. I like to boil them with some of the mint and simmer it down, and you can make a nice sweet syrup there. 0 calories, plenty of flavor. You can add it to a water bottle, and it's amazing how sweet it tastes. This is our basil bed that we'll continue to add to and replace, as basil tends to get diseases frequently throughout the summer, especially a wet summer like we're having right now. Whole front end here is traditional Italian basil. This back corner is lemon basil, and this corner over here is Thai basil. So that kind of has sort of a licorice scent to it, and lemon basil is obviously lemon. I think this is a pumpkin. I just couldn't bear to pull it out. We're gonna see what happens to it as it grows. But seeded down behind it is cilantro, which is just starting to pop up through there. And we have some rosemary that's just struggling to get ahead of things over there. Rosemary prefers it to be nice and hot and dry, so that's not quite happening yet this summer. Here's our sage. Got plenty of sage growing in here. That's doing well. There's a little bit of cilantro that's seeded down here. I seeded this back in May, and it just takes a long time to grow. And we've got echinacea. Echinacea is, you can use the flowers. People steep it into a tea, and it has a lot of medicinal healing properties to it there. This bed over here is probably our healthiest bed this year. It's mint. Mint tends to grow like a weed, and that's what it's doing. I've actually caught a couple stems sneaking over into the sage bed over the summer this year. We have regular peppermint here that has a lighter green leaf and a little bit fuzzier stem. And then we also have chocolate mint. You can tell the difference because chocolate mint has a browner stem. It doesn't taste like a York peppermint patty, but it sure does smell like one. And so like I said before, I like to boil these in a little bit of water, steep them down into a syrup, and you can add them into a drink, or just cut them and throw them into a water bottle. This needs a little bit more weeding here, but there's some oregano here in the front. Oregano, once it's gone to seed, the pollinators love to hang out on that. We've got some chives in the back here, and there's a little bit of parsley that's gone to seed here. Again, it's not as usable once it's gone to seed, but the pollinators love it, so we're gonna keep it around. In here, in the very center, we have some hot and spicy oregano, and there's some thyme around the outer edges. This needs a little bit weeding, but we'll get to it. The weeds like the rain quite a bit. Tarragon is grown monstrous over here. This tarragon is still cuttings from the original plants that we planted up in the upper herb garden 8 years ago now, and it is just growing like a weed. Tarragon has a bit of a licorice flavor to it and scent. It's really good with fish. You could saute it with like butter and some other fresh herbs, and it's really good with like scallops and things like that. And we have a little bit of dill back here and some lemon balm also in there. So that's our herb garden. Like I said, we're here at Oxon Hill Farm CSA, and all of our members are welcome to come here during any of our regular CSA hours and just clip what you'd like. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you soon.